in the beginning of the week. But, you know, sometimes bad beginnings have good endings. And this is the case for the Redskins cornerback Josh Norman, who was quite impressed with the Jets QB Sam Darnold.
I'm just a guy. Then you go out here and you see him make these throws, I'm like, all right, it's not so much of a college level throw. He's like putting them on the money. But then you go to 7-on-7, it's like, all right, pass, catch here, right there. But dog it, this little kid is not making mistakes. And he's really accurate. It's kind of like, dang. You know, you get rookies in here and you're trying to like mess with them and bait them a little bit and thinking that he's going to throw a route that, you know, you can make a play on, and he's not having it. And it's so crazy to see that at an early age.
Now let's toss it back to First Take.
Norman there, always good for a good soundbite. With the ringing endorsement of Sam Darnold, obviously they're facing each other in joint practices. Ryan Clark back with us. Max, I'll start with you. Do you feel like he has a point on Darnold?
Well, yeah, the only way you receive this negatively is if you think Josh Norman saying how he's trying to bait quarterbacks into bad, throwing to bad routes and stuff. He's trying to bait somehow the Jets into thinking that Darnold is
should be the starter, right?
Yeah, that's far-fetched. It's far-fetched. I think that guys like Norman have the reputations they do for trash talking because they tell you what they think. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they'll see a guy with a reputation for being a baller, and whether they're right or wrong, their eyeball test, their experiences, that's not a baller. So people take that. But, you know, like, you can plot any group of people on a bell curve. I don't care how great the quarterbacks are in the league. Some of them are on the right end of the curve, right? They're really good compared to the others. Some of them are on the left. They stink compared to the others. Most of them fall in the middle. So Josh Norman's the type of cat to be like, he's all right. He's all right. He stinks. But when he sees someone who he thinks is a baller, he's like, that's a baller. If I'm a Jets fan, which I'm not right now, I know it's preseason, but of all the things that could be said by a guy like Josh Norman about my first-round quarterback, I'm psyched about that.
Well, you can be psyched about it. That's fine. I'm not down about it. It's Josh Norman, and I know that he's one of the elite corners. I know that he has an underappreciated knowledge about the game of football. He's smart about football, and people don't give him enough credit. He's not just a talent. The brother is smart. Josh Norman is a very smart dude. I've talked to him on many, many occasions. Here's the deal. It's the Jets, you know? So it's like, okay, and it's a double-edged sword. And this is the shame of you being a New Yorker that you wouldn't bring this up. There's nowhere to go but up. What do you want, a cookie? It's the Jets. Tell me a relevant quarterback since Richard Todd. Over the New York Jets. Richard Todd. This is the 80s. With Mark Gastineau doing the sack dance and Joe Flacco. You said, stop it with the Testaverde. Yeah, all right. And the one, listen, he was no scrub. Please don't get me wrong.
Chad Pennington didn't have a good arm. He's a good quarterback.
Herm loves Chad Pennington.
Yeah.
And ask Herm how he and I had discussions right here about Chad Pennington. Chad Pennington is no scrub. I'm not trying to say that he was a scrub.
Didn't have a strong arm.
Chad Pennington could play, but he didn't have a strong arm, so he was limited.
No, who has a strong arm?
Testaverde, right? Listen, you know what? But you know what the one thing we raved about with Testaverde? Keyshawn Johnson. Damn it! When he got hurt and was out, when they went to the conference championship back-to-back with Bill Parcells, that's the most memorable thing about Testaverde. The fact that he got hurt when they thought they had the best chance at the Super Bowl. That was when Testaverde. That's the only thing you remember about Testaverde. Now let's be clear. Sam Darnold can play. Sam Darnold got skills. Turnover prone a little bit his last year at USC. We understand that. We get it. But what I'm trying to say is, I expect good things from him. Short, mid-range game. We'll see if he can throw the deep ball. But I expect good things from him. But guess what, Max? It'll be anything. Anything will be better. I know you want to bring Ryan Fitzpatrick in 1 year. Ryan Fitzpatrick with Josh McCown a little bit last year.
You are wrong.
Really?
Here's why you're wrong.
Why?
You know why Todd Bowles is still there? Because this team was decimated, right? They broke this team down. They didn't think this team had a chance to compete last year, but they did.
Found a coach.
Right? You bring in
found a quarterback.
Right. So you bring in, you have a journeyman quarterback, right? A quarterback that's not even necessarily considered a starter. And this guy keeps you competitive the whole season. He keeps you in games. He keeps you fighting. This team doesn't quit on Todd Bowles.
I agree.
And Sam Darnold, before the year started, you were like, everybody, this is going to be the #1 overall pick. This guy is going to be John Elway. He's going to do this. He falls to the Jets at number 3. And it's a party in New York. Everybody's excited. Then you see him come out last week, and he balls. He makes throws. He moves outside of the pocket. Pinpoint, accurate passes. Here's what's different.
You got size, you got arm strength,
You're
you got
a basketball
accuracy,
guy, right?
defenses, mobility.
So you're a basketball guy. You're a boxing guy, right? So we're going to talk about it. I know you've seen amazing things from guys in the ring, right? How much more have you seen from guys as they train? When you get to watch them for a longer period of time. How many times have you gone to practices and watched people shoot basketballs who are good players, right? But then be impressed by the amount of shots they can make, the way they can move. That's what you see at practice, right? When you get an opportunity to see a guy every day, when you get an opportunity to see a guy over 2.5 hours of practice reps, now you get to know who he is.
Question. I want a question based on that. Question based on what you just said. I agree about Bowles, right? Last year it was like, the Jets have their coach. If the Jets have their quarterback, if this is real, and they have their coach and their quarterback, then is the culture really that Stephen A. is referring to, which has not been good and has not been able to produce something sustainable, does that change if they have their coach and their quarterback? It absolutely does.
It absolutely does. It changed last year with the quarterback. Because with the coach, because you watched a team that had every right to give up, that we all expected to give up, and they didn't. They continued to fight. And so now you come into this year excited. You're excited because you had Teddy Bridgewater. But now with Sam Darnold, if you have your quarterback of the future, if the veterans can start believing we can get behind this guy now, that we don't have to wait 2 or 3 years for this guy to be good. He's good right now. And Josh Norman is not going to get on TV and tell a lie.
My question, and first of all, I'm not wrong. A, because I didn't say that Josh Norman lied. B,
I didn't say you.
B, before, let me get to this one. Where are you from?
From New Orleans.
From New Orleans.
Right.
You're not qualified to have this conversation. You're not a long-suffering New Yorker. You haven't been subjected to the garbage that New York have experienced since 1969.
I think I just heard a smart woman say people can change. I thought that's what you said,
Listen to what I'm saying.
Real New Yorkers root for the Giants.
Can y'all hear me, please? Listen to what I'm saying. I am saying to you, I expect things from Sam Darnold. I don't want to hear it right now. No, this is exactly the kind of stuff that the Jets do to people. No,
Sam Darnold's not saying it. Todd Bowles not saying it.
I don't want to hear anything.
He got you both.
I don't want to hear anything about the Jets until I'm just saying. Josh Norman wasn't lying. I appreciate it. But damn it, he ain't no long-suffering New Yorker. Shh, I don't want to hear nothing. Do you realize that my radio show airs in New York and I won't talk about the Jets because I'm scared I'll jinx them? Everything goes wrong with them. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. And all I'm saying is, let's chill out. Let's see the brother show up. I believe in him. I believe he's got promise. Let's see the brother show up in a game that counts. Don't do this, Jets fans. This is exactly what people do. Rex Ryan did it to
so right now, so right now, your concern is the hearts of the Jets fans. You care about their feelings.
No, what I'm saying to you is that we talk about Sam Darnold.
Right.
New York's a different bubble, bro. All that stuff you're doing in practice without the fans, without them fans at MetLife, without gangrene, without fireman Ed leading the way, that's legitimate.
That is legitimate.
It's different. It's a different bubble.
Or your analogy, you can go to a gym and watch a guy shoot hoops, in practice. You could see a great gym fighter that doesn't always translate on the professional or championship level. I will say this.
Sometimes you do see more.
Towns with 2 teams usually have the Heritage franchise and the Clown franchise. Giants, Yankees, Heritage. Mets, Jets, Clown franchise. Jets is the Clown franchise. What you're saying, and I might agree with you, is that even if the Clown franchise, finds a coach and a quarterback, things can change.
I like Bowles, I like McKinnon, and I like Darnold. We shall see.
We'll all temper, we'll curb our enthusiasm, but apparently Josh Norman thinks this kid could be the real deal. I'm a little excited about it. Don't want to ruin it for Jets fans.
Oh, really?
Molly, the voice of reason.
Around for
Green, not Big Blue?
Oh, my gosh. Just let me wrap the segment. Jalen Ramsey goes off on almost every quarterback in the NFL.